Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. Wow, the hell just happened? The New York Knicks just lit the Miami Heat up for 140 points, but they gave up 132. This is a franchise. These two teams used to have games where they struggled to score 90 points. The world has changed dramatically. Man, there's so many things to talk about in this game, but let me tell you, this was the Landry Shamet game. It looked like it was going to be the Karl-Anthony Towns game, and it was. For the first half, he was unbelievable. He helped the Knicks build a halftime lead, and then the second half came, and Landry Shamet just exploded. Had a career night, easily can be said the best night of his life as a New York Knick. Maybe even the best night of his life. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out as the days tick by and more interviews come out. But what an exciting game, a fun game to watch. The Knicks put up 53 three-point attempts, and Miami was, I think, put up like 43 or something like that. Something ridiculous numbers. Shamet, like I said, career height, 36 points. Cat had 39 points. There is some sour notes. OG Anunoby left the game early with a hamstring. We'll find out, get more information about that. Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. We got some highlights for you guys. We got Mike Brown's post-game, and I'm going to break this game down for you guys. Follow me on social media. Follow the channel. Turn on the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Share the video. That'd be great. And drop your comments. Want to hear anything you have to say about our New York Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, let's go. Here we go. 140 to 132, and Karl-Anthony Towns was on an attack, a ferocious attack in that first half. And what I love about what he did, even though he put up 31 points in that first half, what I love what he did in the second half is he didn't force it. Spo went to a double teaming, had to double team him, trying to get the ball out of his hands, forced turnovers, and Cat did not force it, didn't put up, take bad shots, didn't make ill-timed drives. He passed the ball, and that's why the other guys started feasting. This was an offensive explosion from the bench. Jordan Clarkson had himself a game as well. Both Clarkson and Shamet were phenomenal off the bench, and this game really it's an important game for the Knicks to win. It's the first game without Brunson. The Knicks were 11-6 last season without Jalen, so now they're continuing those winning ways right now. And I got something in my eye here. Sorry about that. They're continuing those winning ways, and so now they're 12-6 without him total. And it was basically, the writing was on the wall that this was the game that Cat was going to feast in. He was going to benefit from having the burden on him to deliver, and boy did he deliver. He was snapping back-to-back deep ball threes in that first half. Truly something incredibly impressive. This stretch without Jalen could be really great for Cat to help figure out, to further establish himself in this new Mike Brown offense. And here we go. Look at this. Karl-Anthony Towns, first half, 31 points. Second half, only 8 points. And he did miss a free throw late, which could have put him at 40 points total for the game. In fact, then Josh Hart was making fun of him in the post game. But I like that he didn't force it. He had 39 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and got a steal. But Landry Shamet, 6 points in the first half, 30 points in the second half. 15 points in the third quarter and 15 points in the fourth quarter. He was doing sidestep threes. He was driving. He was beating Norman Powell to the baseline for layups. He was beating Khalil Ware. I mean, he was abusing everybody in that second half. Beautiful game for him. 36 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and he played some stellar defense. Here, I tweeted this out. There was still a couple minutes left in the game. He scored an additional 5 points since I tweeted that out. Landry Shamet is having himself an unreal game. 31 points, matching his career high at the time. He broke that. By far his best game as a Knick, scoring from all parts of the court to go along with A-plus defending tonight. Yeah, his defense was also on point, even though Miami did light us up for 132 points. A lot of that was Jaime Jaquez just punishing us in the paint. He's a tough matchup at this point, especially without OG on the court. OG probably would have been on him to slow him down. He left the game. And Macau had himself a rough game. You look at his stat line and you're like, oh, okay. No, it was a rough game, especially in the second half offensively. He went iceberg cold, but he still hung in there. He was the ball handler a lot of times. He came up with some good moments. He picked up a big steal on one end. That stuff he contributed on. 36 points. Now, look at this. He on 63.2% field goal shooting for Landry Shamet. Fabulous. And here, this is another thing I wanted to show you. The most points in a game by a bench player this season, according to StatMuse. So Landry Shamet, who was the last guy to make the roster, got it because Brogdon retired, and the Knicks picked him over Garrison Matthews, and he has rewarded the Knicks. I love the way he's been attacking the game. He is thriving in this Mike Brown offense, and he's also thriving one-on-one defensively, but he is a really good zone defender, and that was one of the keys to the Knicks tonight, especially in that first half. They played a lot of zone, and they were effective in it. They slowed Miami down because Miami got off they were up ahead 35-32 in that first quarter, and then the Knicks just turned it on in the second quarter and throttled them for 46 points. They did allow 33, but still they were plus 13. They completely throttled, and that's when Cat went on his attack. Beautiful. What a wild game. You guys should, if you didn't get to see the game, try to watch it. Maybe NBA TV puts those games of the week on, or games of the night on. Maybe they'll replay it tomorrow, or try to catch it. Try to watch it, or watch the long highlights. I got some short highlights for you guys. Jordan Clarkson, also humongous in the clutch. By the end of the third quarter, he had 19 points himself. And very efficiently, and he had gone to the free throw line 11 times by the end of the third quarter. He finished the game with 24 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 dimes for him. Beautifully done. But he wasn't the only star of this game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Hart, triple-double. His 16th of his career. And I think that all been as a Knick. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, some great passing. Though, it wouldn't be a Josh Hart game if Josh Hart didn't do dumb things, fouled, collided into Jaquez unnecessarily trying to get an offensive rebound that wasn't going to be an offensive rebound because Cat got it and put it back, and it negated a 2-point shot by Cat. Driving into the lane and just letting the ball go out of his hands. Things like that just completely frustrate the hell out of you. He ended up getting credited with only 3 turnovers. It seemed like it was at times it was 10 turnovers. But at the end of the day, his ability to get to that hoop, to get to that basket, beating people in the paint, laying it up, beautifully done for him. We needed his energy, especially without OG being able to be available for the majority of the game. OG only played the first 5 minutes of this game and then left. And here we go. Breaking news. OG Anunoby out for the game with a strained hamstring. It just says hamstring injury here. I was looking to see if there were any more updates on OG Anunoby. Haven't seen anything yet so far. Like anything like you hobbled out, limping or whatever, but haven't seen anything yet so far. We'll find out more information as the days go by. But one thing, Josh Hart, according to Mike Brown, he got the defensive player of the game tonight. He's wearing the helmet. That's right. Congratulations to him. Knicks definitely don't win the game without him, without his hustle. He got a lot of offensive rebounding, but the offensive rebounding, man. The offensive rebounding was the story of this game. The New York Knicks had 20 offensive rebounds. And Miami Heat, they came alive, especially in that fourth quarter. And they picked up a lot of offensive rebounds, sometimes 2 or 3 in a possession, which was really frustrating. They ended up with 15 offensive rebounds. But the Knicks, 20 offensive rebounds, 8 of those by the block nest monster Mitchell Robinson. And there was a play, man, where he saved the ball from going out of bounds and then kicked it out to, was it Cat? Yeah, kicked out to Cat for a 3. Beautiful. To see the two big men working together like that, fabulous. It's like poetry, total poetry. Landry Shamet with 6 of 12 from the three-point line. Just want to throw that in there. Oh, man, what a fun game. What a fun game. Let's listen to Mike Brown's post-game interview.
You see from Cat, especially in that first quarter, you had 18, 31 at the half. Just was that the game plan going into to feed Cat, or was that just him reacting to what the defense was giving him? What did you see from Cat, especially in that first quarter, you had 18, 31 at the half. Just was that the game plan going into to feed Cat, or was that just him reacting to what the defense was giving him?
He reacted to what the defense gave him, first of all, but secondly, we wanted to play through him, and it was great. Rick Brunson was the first one to say it. He was like, "Hey, keep playing through Cat, keep playing through Cat, keep playing through Cat," and I thought all of our guys as players did well, but my freaking staff was unbelievable. Chris Gent was fabulous. Rick Brunson was fabulous. BOC, they were all really good, and they were on point, helping me with substitutions, mixing in zone, kind of figuring out where we need to go with the ball offensively. And we didn't come down and just call a play and go through them, but we did it naturally through our stuff. We didn't hunt mismatches. We just did it naturally through our early offense a lot of times. But those three guys, they did not a great job. They did a hell of a job helping me coach this game tonight.
Which one of them told you to go back to Landry? Because he had 30 in the second half.
All right. Look at that. He's giving love to his coaches. That was a little frustrating. I'm going to see if we can get this going again. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it going correctly. No. Oh, well, we got what we needed from him. Yeah. Apparently, he's giving love to his assistant coaches, which is great. That's what assistants should be doing, helping them figure out an edge. And they definitely were going through Cat. And then in the second, like I pointed out in the second half, what I love is how Cat adjusted to being double teamed. When the ball came out of his hands, he got it out with purpose. There were a few turnovers here. Actually, Cat he got credit with 0 turnovers according to the box score here, which that's interesting. Knicks ended up with just 8 turnovers for the game. Wow. And the Magic with 11 turnovers. But the Knicks got 19 points off of those 11 turnovers, only gave up 10 points off of the 8 turnovers. Beautifully done. Beautifully done there. All right, let's get to the highlights. Here we go. Cat driving. Look at this beautiful bounce pass by Deuce to Cat. I like that little two-man game, the pick and roll game. I wish they had done that a little more. Macau getting in. This is in the first half. In the first half, Macau, he was effective. I actually, in the first quarter, he was 2 of 5. He did miss his 2 3-pointers. Let's see, for the game, yeah, he was 2 of 4. Oh, no, I was Dude, sorry. He was 2 of 4 in the second quarter. Macau was having himself a decent game in that first half. 4 of 9, 9 points. He was a plus 13. But as the game wore on, he just got ice cold. But luckily, Mr. Shamet caught fire. That's the sidestep 3 that I was talking about. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Another beautiful pass from Cat. See? Cat's being double teamed. He notices Powell came around, trying to strip the ball from him. He says, "Oh, someone's got to be open." Here comes Clarkson. Nice. I thought that was going to turn into a busted play, running into Mitch there. Look at Shamet beating Powell down baseline. Look at this here. That was Macau's. He hit 2 threes in the second half. It was an important 3 to hit, but still. I wish he had been a little more effective in this game. This cold is still lingering. Put some music on for us. Look at that. Gorgeousness. Because, oh, it's replaying now. All right, let's go over the stats here while this plays. The New York Knicks shot 52% from the three-point line in the first half. But for the game, the New York Knicks shot 39%, almost 40%. They connected on 21 of 53 three-point attempts. They put up 104 shots in this game, a regulation game. They connected on 46% of it, 48 of 104. They went to the free throw line 20. They made 23 free. They made 23 free throws. They went to the free throw line 29 times, which is good because they actually in the first half were really cold in those free throws. They were not so bad. 8 of 11. That's not so good for them. But they finished strong. How many free throws in the second half? They had. They hit 83% of their free throws in the second half. 15 of 18 for the New York Knicks there. In that third quarter, though, was, boy, really, the second quarter was the thing of beauty for the New York Knicks. Let me show you these stats here. Look at these second quarter stats. New York Knicks from the three-point line, 10 of 13, shot 77%. 15 of 23 overall, 65% in the field. They committed only 2 turnovers, got picked up 3 steals. They lit them up for 46 points. Beautifully done. And it was Cat with 13 points, and Jordan Clarkson had himself a nice big second quarter there, 12 points. 3 of 4, hit 2 of his three-point attempts. From the free throw line, he was amazing, as I mentioned. He was 4 of 5 in the first quarter, but for the game, let's see, he finished 9 of 11 for the game. He had the most free throw attempts of anybody in the game. Cat hit 7 of 9, but man, I wish he had hit that last one so you can get that 40 piece. That would have been really sweet for Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns. Mitch, no points. A -5, surprisingly. This is a guy who had shocking plus-minus numbers coming into this game, actually coming into the Orlando game mostly. The Orlando, now I reflect back on the Orlando game, I really do think a lot of the poor play that we saw and missing shots from the Knicks was because of the second game of a back-to-back. They just didn't look like themselves. Where tonight they totally look like themselves. Now the Miami Heat are not as good a defensive team as Orlando. They don't quite have the size and athleticism as Orlando does to bother us. But they have tremendous shooting. They do have some length. I mean, they have a decent. Larson's pretty tall. Wiggins is decent height. Kyle Ware's big. Davion Mitchell. He's small. Powell, decent size for a 2-guard. Jaquez, 6'8". Jovic had himself. Actually, he ends up finishing with just 3 points. He got frustrated. He picked up 5 personal fouls, so I limited his time. But this guy, Simone Fontecchio, man, can he shoot that 3? 3 of 7. He missed his last attempt, but he was snapping that net. He had 9 points. And, okay, so the Knicks, what else is here to point out? Deuce McBride got the start. He played about 30 minutes. He was only 4 of 10, 1 of 6 from the three-point line. He struggled from the three-point line offensively. He did pick up 4 assists, which was nice. You saw the bounce pass one to Cat. 9 points, but he was only a +1 in its totality. And he was not in the game in that fourth quarter. I wouldn't call it crunch time, but it was critical minutes when the Knicks allowed the Heat to get close. Here is the lead tracker. The Heat got it under 10 points. I think they got it to about 8 points with a couple of minutes left. So there was plenty of time. And in fact, when it was a 12-point game with 7 minutes left, I was concerned because the Knicks got cold, and but then Landry Shamet picked it up in that fourth quarter. But in the third quarter, see here, you can see where the game was pretty tight. It was only a 2-point game, 3-point game, 4-point game. But the Knicks never gave up the lead once they took it late in that second quarter. So that is a good sign. They also closed certain quarters well. They closed the third quarter well. They went on a 6-2 run in the last 2 minutes, which is nice because the Heat had cut the lead down to just 5 points, 98-93 with 4 minutes left. And then Mitch picks up his fifth foul with 2:06, trying to guard Drew Smith, a 6'2" guard. And then he gets a goaltending on a shot that I don't think, when they show the replay, I don't think it was going to go in. It was going to roll in. So that was a mistake. But I think Drew missed the free throw. So, but Mitch had to come out of the game. And then Cat comes back in. And Cat, by that point in that third quarter, with 2 minutes left, he'd only scored 2 points after scoring 31 in the first half. And then Deuce curls in to the top of the key and hits a very, very big momentum-stopping bucket. A big midi for Deuce. Even though he didn't have a great statistical night, he like always, like Deuce does, he hits key momentum-shifting buckets. And that really was the momentum shifter. Because you can see right here, late in the third quarter, that's when Deuce hit his bucket. It went from a 2-point lead to a 4-point lead. And then Clarkson drives, gets fouled with 1.7 seconds left. And at that point, he connects for his free throw, gets his 19th point of the game. So it was a strong close. The Knicks went from a 104-102 score to a 110-104 end to the third quarter, and then they had that momentum going in. They were cold as ice in that third quarter, only 3 of 14 from the three-point line, but Shamet was the story. And then the Knicks open up the fourth quarter with some small ball, Yabu at the 5, and then really quickly, really soon, Mitch gets subbed back in. And then Clarkson hits a big 3. And then Mitch gets this monster offensive rebound, turns it into 3 free throws for Shamet. So now it went from a 110-104 game to a 117-106. Beautifully done. Nice start. That's the way you want to start a fourth quarter. When you're clinging to a 6-point lead, build it. Build it. Now the Knicks were up 11. And then there was a beautiful fast break sparked by Josh Hart. Getting a steal off of Andrew Wiggins, who was trying to drive into the paint, and Hart kicked it out. It was like nice, beautiful 3 passes. Threw it out to Clarkson, and Clarkson drove, threw it to Shamet in the left corner, and Shamet then tossed it over to McCall for a 3. Beautifully done, and at that point, it was the biggest lead of the game, 14. Ultimately, the biggest lead for the game ended up being 15. There were 11 lead changes. And the longest run was a 10-0 run. And I believe that was, I think both teams, the Knicks had that 10-0 run. All while Cat was on the bench. And the Knicks build up a lead to 120-106 at that point. 2 big offensive rebounds on the same possession. One by Deuce, and then the other one by Clarkson. Was rewarded with 2 free throws by Cat. Well, he got the free throws, but he only made one of them. And then Shamet just kept driving. He went coast to coast. He went coast to coast for a layup for his 31st point, and that's when I tweeted it out. And then he finishes with 36 points for the night. Beautifully done, Landry Shamet. Beautifully done. I am so proud of Mr. Shamet, man. Mr. Shamet. But check this out. According to New York Basketball, most points scored by Knicks in first 12 games. The 5th most was in 1979. The 4th most, 1969. The 3rd most, 1966. The 2nd most, 1988. And tonight, the most points ever scored by a Knicks team in the first 12 games is 2025. 1,465 points they have scored. Outstanding. Outstanding. So proud of these guys. So proud of our team. All right, let's look at these team stats. Sorry, I think I had the music on a little too loud there. Hope that didn't bother you guys. Here's the team stats. Both teams ended up shooting 46% total. Knicks shot 40% from the three. Heat shot 43%, but the Knicks put up 9 additional three-point attempts and they connected on 2 of them. That was a big difference. And the Knicks put up 9 additional shots total. So I guess that is the three-pointers. They were even inside the arc. Points in the paint was pretty even, 50 to 48. And in the free throw line, wow, look at that. The free throw line, yeah, 23 free throws for the Knicks, 25 made for the Heat. The rebounding, Knicks won that, 51 to 46. Another 30-plus assist game for the New York Knicks, 32 to 29. 9 steals for the Knickerbockers. Only 2 blocks, but only 8 turnovers. They protected that ball. They really took care of that ball beautifully. As I mentioned earlier, points conceded off turnovers. Knicks won that. They were +9 in that. Fast break points, 14 to 7. It's interesting. Like sometimes when you watch the game, it didn't feel like that. Weird. The fouls, both teams committed 23 fouls. Largest lead the Heat had was 7. Largest lead the Knicks had was 15. Great win. Unfortunately, it cost us OG. We don't know anything. I keep looking over here. Nothing's popped up. Was hoping somebody would tweet something out. One of the beat reporters or the team itself. But, you know, they don't really give you much information. The Knicks have tomorrow and Sunday off. They play they play the Heat in Miami on Monday. He's the defensive player of the game, Josh. Yeah, they play the Heat on Monday. And that's not, obviously, it's not an NBA Cup games because they're all on Fridays now. If the Knicks could win that game, they could sweep this little back-and-back home series. That would be nice. That would be really sweet. Right now, let's look at the standings. The Knicks are 8-4, second best record in the East. The Pistons won again. They are 11-2, and they beat the Sixers tonight. Yeah, it was close. For a while, the Sixers were leading. I was checking that out. But the New York Knicks are now 8-4. They could win that one. They'd be 9-4. Beautiful. Keep trying to rack up wins while Brunson's healing and the team is figuring more out without him. Not to be so Brunson dependent. That was one of the things that we saw that kind of happened in that Orlando game. It was, you know, Brunson trying to win the game basically by himself, and we can't go back to those days anymore. Even though he's phenomenal at it, and you know, there's going to be times where we're going to definitely need that. It's going to be times when we need that, but I want to see the least of that as possible. Least of that as possible is what I want to see. All right. Oh. Join the channel. Buttons down below. Check it out. If you want to support the Knicks-Verse, we'd greatly appreciate it. You get the members-only halftime shorts, halftime reports, which are a lot of fun. Yeah, check that out. Also, check out the merch store. You get your New York Knicks-Verse gear. Got a lot of great stuff there. This shirt is awesome. I'm wearing a version of it right here. I want to get that one, the lighter color. The Adidas pullover hoodie, sweet embroidery, really classy. Check it out. New York Knicks won 140 to 132. Fantastic. They have the third rated offense in the NBA. Right? Is that what I'm saying here? Yeah. Third rated offense in the NBA, a 121.6. 121.6 offensive rating. Wow. How sexy is that? All right. I will see you. Oh, thumbs up button, subscribe, drop your comments, share the video, and I will see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go.